What is up, lads? How's it going? How are you getting on? And welcome back to the FPL Era YouTube channel. We just about 40 minutes to go until the GameWeek 27 deadline. So if you're in the chat, I see we've a few watching anyway. Drop us a hello. Drop us any questions you have ahead of the deadline, and I'll try to get through as many as I can. I know we've a few coming over from Instagram as well. But yeah, lads, I'm just gonna, as I was saying, yeah, if you're in the chat, if you're watching us, just give us a wave. Tell us where you're watching from. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear me all right. I had to set up quickly when I get home from work, so hopefully the sound of that is all good, yeah. But we're just gonna start off with a GameWeek 26 review. So you can just see on the screen there. Obviously, we have to point out that Mo Salah triple captain with a solid 84 points. 3 goals and 1 assist over the double gaming, so definitely the stuff of dreams. Whoever triple captain this week. I know there's a lot of people on Twitter who were wildcarding as well this week, but thankfully the triple captain paid off. But yeah, just scrolling up there, you can see I finished off on 143 points, and that's put me up to 41k overall. Yeah, so shout out there to Trent, Robbo. Rafinha came up with a goal off the bench against United. Saka got one in the first game, and then Salah obviously then with his 3 goals and assists, and then thankfully Dennis then returned. Unfortunately, King didn't return. Dennis and King easily could have got a goal or a haul even between them. King missed it out from 2 yards out as well, but at least Dennis got 11 points, so we're happy enough with that all right now. We have a few lads saying hello in the chat, so I'm just going to say hello to Brian and Raghav. I hope you're keeping well, lads, and I hope the team is locked in anyway ahead of the deadline. But yeah, if you're following me on Twitter, yeah, you'll know how my team is lining up this week. So I'm just going to go back up there and I'll show you how I'm lining up at the moment. So this is my free hit team at the moment now. I'm contemplating what to do now with Foden and Bruno there now. At the moment, Bruno and Foden are in my team, but I can do a straight swap for Sterling and Sancho in there. But I want to keep Bruno. I think he's in good form the last few weeks. He even got an assist there for Elanga's goal during the week. But yeah, I'll just bring you back to what I had posted midweek there. Anyway, hopefully you can see that anyway. Yeah, so basically, this got a lot of traction on Twitter, whatever, and then a lot of ones on Instagram asking me as well what my free hit team would be. So just going down, I just decided I'd write this and kind of share with the community. Listen, it's very template anyway. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, or even if you're playing the game yourself, you'll notice that there's a solid template anyway for this week. But I think just with this free hit, with a lot of games missing, obviously Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea not playing, and they were kind of the foundations of my team last week anyway. I had 3 Liverpool, I had 2 Arsenal, so yeah, I had 8 players playing, but two of them were Watford strikers, so I said I'd get rid of them and I'd play the free hit. But just going down, I think these 7 players are the ones that have to be in our team definitely this week. So you've obviously Pope and goals, but we'll get to that at the end. But I started off with Pope, but I tweeted there before I came on. Tom from Who Got the Assist, he put up a tweet and he was considering Forster and Tarkowski over Pope and Bednarek, but we'll get into that later on. But for now, I've just gone with Pope and goals, 2 double fixtures. We'll just leave it at that, or 2 fixtures. Sorry, he's racking up the save points as well. So definitely him in your team. If you can't get Pope in, make sure you've got your 2 Burnley defenders anyway. But then moving on, then Cancelo, 6 double-digit hauls this season, 15 clean sheets for City. They'll be hoping to make it 16. Everton are in shocking form now lately these days. But and City will definitely be looking to bounce back after the Spurs lost. Liverpool are catching up with them as well. So I'm expecting City to come back out all guns blaring, and maybe you might see a 3-4-0 win for City there against Everton. Then moving on, then second defender, lining up them for the free hit. I've gone for me. I left Tarkowski out because he was out last weekend with COVID, but he actually played midweek. So either or is a solid pick there. Me got his goal last week. Fortunately enough, he didn't save for the double game week. But any of them are a shout as well. Even Roberts, but I left Roberts out just because Loughton. Roberts has played a lot of minutes out the last few weeks. He looks dangerous enough, and you big vague horse in the box on the end of his crosses. But I've gone for me. His XG is considerably slightly better than Tarkowski. But I think I seen some stat before I come on that he'd 4 shots against Spurs as well. Ben Mee did, so that's what kind of edged it over Tarkowski anyway. Then next up is Son. I know it's Spurs lost midweek, but Leeds are in shocking form lately, so I'm expecting Spurs to get them a lot on the counter. You've seen how open Leeds were as well midweek against Liverpool, and that resulted obviously in getting 6 goal conceded against them. But early kick-off as well. I'm predicting Son to do well. He's on set pieces, 5 double-digit hauls this season. I'm expecting that. Even to add up on that, you see Leeds conceded 13 goals in their last 5 games. It's gone up to 19 goals in their last 6 games there after Liverpool Wednesday night. Next up midfield then, Bruno. As I was saying earlier on, Bruno and Sterling. Bruno and who was I saying? Go back to my team. I'm after forgetting there. I think it was Bruno and Foden, I should say. Bruno and Foden against Sancho and Sterling, but that's the thing. I'll have to consider that now, but I'm kind of leaning towards Bruno and Foden at the moment now. For now, Pep obviously said today that Jesus and Grealish are going to be back, so there's going to be a wee bit of rotation in the City team, I'm sure. But I'm hoping Mahrez starts anyway, and hopefully Foden starts as well. I was looking through previous fixtures against Everton. I think the last 3 or 4 Foden has scored twice anyway, so hopefully that might persuade Pep to start Foden anyway. Then that's the midfield out of the way then, and then first up top, who else but Kane? As I was saying earlier on, 19 goals in 6 games Leeds have conceded. He's going to be on penalties. I think there'll be a few goals tomorrow afternoon, and we seen last week, even when Leeds were at home as well, how many chances and even midweek as well they concede. So hopefully Kane and Son will be on the end of them anyway, and that's why Kane gets his pick. Obviously you could argue Ronaldo in there, but with Cavani out injured, but Ronaldo isn't looking great lately. Watford, fair enough, are conceding a few, but Kane definitely gets a premium spot there. And then last to finish the foundations, then our 7th pick, Weghorst. If you're following me on Instagram, you'll see he's going to be my captain for this week anyway. 2 fixtures. The only reason I was getting a few questions why didn't I start, or why didn't I captain Weghorst over Pope or me? It's just I can't see Burnley getting 2 clean sheets. Palace scored 4, and then Leicester are going all right now. They got through in the Europa tie there on Thursday last night even. But I'm hoping the big man will be on penalties anyway if they do get one. He's taken a few when he was at Wolfsburg as well. But hopefully he can add to his 1 goal and 2 assists anyway. So that's the seven players I've gone for anyway. And then I was just saying, obviously earlier on then as well, with Pep Roulette, there's always a chance of rotation. So if you can afford KDB, definitely go for De Bruyne. But I just couldn't afford him. So I've at the moment now I'm gone for Foden and Mahrez. And then I was just saying to fill in the blanks there, yeah. So that was a kind of what I was thinking for the week anyway. As I was saying earlier on, if you're playing your free hit, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, there's a very much a template squad on Twitter. But that was it kind of. And then I'll go back to how my team is lined up at the moment. So just comparing it to what I had at the bottom was I was having Livramento in, but because the other right back or left back even is looking like he's going to be. There's a chance he'll play. Just I don't want to take the risk of bringing in Livramento and then seeing him on the bench then at 7 o'clock when the lineups come out. So I've gone for Bednarek for now. That was the only change I've made, I'm fairly sure. And then I just have to decide if I go for Foden and Bruno or Sancho and Sterling. For now it's Bruno and Foden. Might change it before the deadline, but I think I'm alright there. Lads, I can see Tommy in the chat there. He's on about Broja, but I just have a feeling. I just have that good feeling with Ward-Prowse this evening. He's on set pieces. He's on penalties. So hoping Ward-Prowse can do alright there. Yeah, few questions in the chat, so lads. So we'll try and get through them. Can you help me out with me, Roberts? James Ward-Prowse, liver at Bednarek. I'm on free hit too. So Ragav, I hope you're still here anyway. But can you help me out with me or Roberts? Or I'm assuming you're deciding between the two. Yeah, Roberts, there's a risk with Roberts obviously, but he is getting up high up the pitch. He had an assist against Brighton for Weghorst's goal, so he is getting high up. It's just that risk. I just don't want to take it on the free hit. Just me and Tarkowski are probably the safer picks for the start. You've obviously Loughton, then Roberts has played a lot. We'll just actually see. I'm fairly sure he's played the last. 90 minutes anyway for the last 4 or 5 because he has taken his place. Quinner from Ireland, another great FPL manager. I don't know if he's here now, but he knows the story about Loughton. He brought him in for Burnley's double game week, previous double game week, and he didn't play at all. Roberts took his spot. So Loughton, we don't want him. We're looking at Roberts here. Hopefully you can see that on screen anyway. Yeah. So he's played the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row. So he is in good form. How many assists has he got there? He's got one assist, 2 bonuses against Spurs as well. So racking up the bonus points there as well. But I just think it's just a safer option going for me or Tarkowski, especially if you're free hitting this week. It's all about just getting points on the board for free hit. Definitely if you want to take the risk on Roberts, it's not even a risk. It's just it always kind of be in the back of my head thinking. Loughton might sneak a start in there, especially with the games close enough together. But and then to answer your question there, James Ward-Prowse, Livramento or Bednarek. I'm assuming is that to be your third Southampton player, Ragav. If it is, I'd go for I'd go for James Ward-Prowse. The 2 defenders, fair enough. Yeah, just Livramento, as I was saying earlier on, there could be a slight chance he could be rotated, and Bednarek. I'd rank it Ward-Prowse, Bednarek, and then Livramento. So however way you want to go about that. But yeah, I just have a good feeling about Ward-Prowse tonight. I'm hoping now. I'm just going to go back into his history so far. How is he playing, or what returns has he had the last while anyway? Yeah, so he got a double-digit haul against Spurs, an assist against Everton, and. Or did he get an assist there? Is that an assist or is it just a bonus? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he got an assist against Everton, and then he got a goal against Wolves, and he's fair enough. He's picking up a few yellows there, whatever. But I'm just expecting ideal situation tonight would be a corner set for Southampton. James Ward-Prowse taking the corner, Bednarek getting the head on it. That'd be the ideal situation for tonight now. Yeah, just the fact he's on set pieces, that's why I've gone for him, and he obviously has the bonus of penalties as well. Next one from SK, Sice, Cody or Kilman with Bowley back. Which one? So I'm just going down to see who Wolves are playing. Wolves are playing West Ham, aren't they? They are, yeah. So if you're on a free hit, SK, I wouldn't be mad on going for Wolves players. I know they've been fairly solid at the back of late. They got them 2 last or they lost last night to Arsenal, whatever, just conceded twice. But Size, Cody or Kilman. Cody's obviously the safer pick. He's a club captain, so it just goes back to the way I play the game. If you're on a free hit, you want to just make sure you're getting points on board. You don't be bringing in players if they've a slight chance of rotation. I know it's a bit hypocritical with me having Foden in there, but he's just only City midfielder I can afford. I'm expecting Maris to start now, and if he does, he's on penalties, and then hopefully Foden gets the nod up there as well. I know Pep was saying as well that Jesus and Grealish are going to be back, but no, I'm going for them to in midfield. But the closest one, or the most nailed on and or nailing this, as one of the lads was telling me earlier on Instagram, Cody out of those Wolves lads, definitely. Brian, you have the same decision, Sterling and Sancho, or Foden and Bruno. Yeah, Brian, I'm the same as that now. Yeah, currently on Foden and Bruno. Yeah, but hopefully, I think I'm gonna stick on that, to be honest with you. I'm fairly happy with that now, and it's just Bruno. I know Sancho's a nice differential as well. Bruno, he's actually not as high as I thought he'd be, 22%. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with that for now. I have 25 minutes to decide, so I might switch it there. Yeah, but I think I'll stay with that. Come on, Thomas, as well. You've Captain Broya for me, even with a single fixture, Tommy. I'd see if you can get in a Burnley player, even if you can get in Weghorst for if you're one of them Watford lads rotting on your bench or whatever. But you'll probably be starting them this week. But yeah, no, Weghorst, even if you have, as I was saying, yeah, Burnley defender, I'd lean towards the double game week players for the Ironman. Fantasy football 1, 2, 3. Would you say that Robert still has a good chance of starting? Yeah, he does. He does a good chance. It's only the fact that there's always that kind of rotation risk with Loughton sneaking around there. But he's been playing well. He got the assist I was saying there against Brighton. Roberts his delivery is looking good, especially for trying to target that big man 6'6" in the box. But I'd there's only what point is me even cheaper? Roberts is 4.5. Is me cheaper? Is he? He's 4.8. Fair enough. If you have to save the 0.3 of a million and you can't get to me, you're as well just take a risk and go for Roberts. Yeah. Ragev, no bother. Thanks a lot, man. Means a lot. And I meant Walker, Peters, and Liver or Bednarek. Just 2 Southampton players. My free hit, Broja and a defender. I'd go for. Just 2. Yeah, I'd go for Walker Peters. He actually was very high up there the last week. Considerably higher than Livermento as well, and Livermento ended up getting the assist, whatever. But the only reason I bred Bednarek in there because I can't get the Walker Peters. So if I had enough for Walker Peters, I'd get to them. But then I'm hoping now Bednarek gets his head onto a cross. Yeah, but Walker Peters if you had enough money, and then Bednarek if not. Is Poe? Oh, good man. Rahul is Sa or Sanchez? Who did Brighton play again? Brighton play Villa. I'm sure. Yeah, Brighton play Villa. Yeah. To be honest, I can't see a clean sheet for either. Wolves are probably significantly better in defence. So play Sa, and then at least you'll get a save points. He's always. I don't know who tweeted last night as well, but I felt sorry for him as well because he tweeted with about 20 minutes to go, and I think Sa was on for about a 9 or 10 pointer, and then obviously then they conceded twice. But Sa looks probably the better in terms of bonus points and in terms of save points as well. So I think West Ham will score, but I also think Villa will score against Brighton, especially how bad Brighton were last week. But go for Sa, and then you have your chance of at least save points anyway. Kufal to Kilman or Bednarek. I'd go Bednarek. I can, as I was saying there, I can see more chance of a clean sheet for Norwich or for Southampton against Norwich than Wolves have against West Ham. West Ham are, I have to go back there and see. Sorry, scrolling down. I think West Ham have scored every game week in the last 5 or 6 anyway. I could be wrong in saying that, but no, since the United game. Sorry, yeah. So since game week 23, they've scored in every game. It's only 3 or 4 game weeks, whatever. But they're looking good, especially from set pieces as well. You've Dawson. He's getting his head onto a few the last few game weeks. But I'd go Bednarek. Sorry, I missed that question. Sorry, the chat was going up there. So Bednarek, you've the potential chance he'll get his head onto one hopefully tonight. Now, hopefully it's not an own goal. Hopefully not. It's not a red card. But hopefully that gets in anyway. Sancho, a good option on free hit. He's definitely a good option. What ownership is he? I think he's less than 10% ownership anyway. So he's definitely a good differential. He looked considerably better on the left anyway against Atletico during the week. So I'm assuming Rashford wasn't great now. So hopefully, I'm predicting probably Elanga to start over Rashford, and then Sancho is how much ownership there? He's 4.2% owned, so that's a nice difference you've got going there if you bring him into your team. I've just gone for Bruno, just even with all the Ronaldo, with Cavani out, I'm hoping Rashford could even play up top against Watford this weekend, but I'm assuming Ronaldo will start, even though Ragnick kind of wants to rest him, whatever. But then if Ronaldo is rested, then you'll have Bruno on penalties, please God. But I've just gone for Bruno over Sancho. I can see Foden there staring at me, but I just can't get the Sterling without getting rid of Bruno. And I think Bruno is cemented into my team there, right? Matthew, Diaz or get a City midfielder. Already have Mahrez. I'd go for the second midfielder. If you can, as I was saying earlier, if you can get the KDB, go for KDB. If not, go for Sterling, and then if not, then go for Foden. I just, as I was saying there, unfortunately can't get to Sterling without getting rid of Bruno, so that's why he's staying there. Thoughts on Livermento, Josh? As I was saying earlier on, there's a slight chance or risk of rotation there. He's definitely a good shout. If you can get the Walker Peters, go for Walker Peters. He was considerably high up against who were they playing last year or last week when Shane Long got that winner in the last minute as well, 2-0. Where was it? Jeez, I'm going blind. Everton, yeah. So yeah, Walker Peters was considerably high up as well, but yeah, that's how I'd rank it. Walker Peters, and then Livermento, and then I'd probably put Bednarek ahead of Livermento, just so I was saying the fact if you're playing a free hit, you want the points on the board, you want lads that are probably definitely going to start. So just with the slight risk with Livermento, that's what's kind of keeping me away from him. But I can afford him alright. It's just I've just gone for Bednarek. Even with Bednarek as well, then you've got your attacking threat from set pieces and that. Would you go Foden or Sancho? Yeah, I'd go Foden, or sorry, I'd go Sancho if I could afford Foden, or if I could afford Sancho over Foden, but it's just a money issue. So I'll just going back up here. I'll show you. This free hit team is just I've nothing in the bank. You can see there, yeah. So I can't do Foden to Sancho. So if you can afford Foden or Sancho over Foden, go for that, yeah. He's definitely a nice differential pick this week. KDB starts. I'm assuming so. Pep will definitely. Liverpool are getting up to City, and they're close enough. What is it? Is it down to 5 points or 5 or 6 points anyway? So the gap is getting a lot less anyway after the loss to Spurs last week anyway. So I'm predicting City to go all guns blaring. That they're through in the Champions League anyway. So I can't see De Bruyne being rested. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. If you can afford KDB, go for him as your first City option, and then see who else you can fit in there. I'd probably go KDB and Mahrez if you can afford the two. At least if you have Mahrez, then you have the penalties there, and if Mahrez is on the field, then you've KDB. But I'm predicting KDB and Mahrez to start anyway, and hopefully now because I've Foden in my team, hopefully Foden starts too. Shaw or Tellez, or sorry, Fazil first. Kane or Son, just need one. You're a poet. I'd go for Son. Just getting leads on the counter. I'm predicting Son to get in behind them a lot quicker than Kane is. So I can just predict Kane coming deep. I have the two in there just because Kane's on penalties. Yeah, but I don't know what I seen some thread or some tweet today about the amount of goals Leeds concede on the left. I think in the last 5 or 6, 7 game weeks, whoever played on the left has scored against them. So hopefully that'll be Son anyway. Yeah, but Son, yeah, and then if you can't get the two, just go Son. Yeah. Has take Shaw or Tellez? I'd kind of lean away from either or. Tellez did well when he came on midweek, but yeah, that's a tough one now. It's literally 50-50 call. But if it was a betting man, I'd go for Tellez to start. But yeah, it's a tough one, especially with United defenders there. Probably Dalot is probably more the safer pick. I know Wan-Bissaka started the last two, but I think that was giving Dalot a rest, whatever. And we were shocking against Leeds as well. When we conceded twice, so and a lot of that was down Wan-Bissaka's line with Dan James cross. Fair enough, it was a fluke goal for Rodrigo, but that was down Wan-Bissaka's side when James got it in for Rafinha. But yeah, I've Dalot on the bench there. You can't see he's my first sub. I can't afford anyone else, so predicting him to start anyway. That's why I have him in the team. But yeah, so neither between Shaw or Tellez. If I had to pick one to start, I'd go Tellez. But no, I wouldn't go there then. No. Is that a free hit team, Cormac Hughes? Yeah, it is. Going back to my previous team, you'll see I would have only had De Gea 1, Cancelo 2, Foden 3. I think Leeds are playing at so that would have been 4. Yeah, so that would have been 4. Bowen 5, and then the two lads 7. I would have had 9. I would have had 8 or 9 starting this week, but that was the two Watford lads up front. Dominic Calvert-Lewin playing against City, where I don't see him getting anything, and yeah, so that's why I played the free hit anyhow. I've 2 of them left, so at least I can get one out of the way anyway this week. Yeah, but that is my free hit team this week. Fazzy, about to drop some madness. Here we go. Going with 3 United players: Sancho, Alanga, Bruno, or Sancho, Alanga, Ronaldo. I'd go for the first one, Sancho, Alanga, and Bruno. I know Ronaldo's going to start. Just he hasn't looked great any of the last few weeks. Bruno's kind of taken the limelight anyway. Yeah, so them three. I'm thinking the same as you. I'm thinking Alanga starts, especially after his impact against Atletico. And Ragnick absolutely loves him. He came out saying that he wishes everyone in the club was like him. Just so his effort, his passion for the club at the moment. Yeah. So Ragnick's a big fan anyway. Yeah. FPL Palmer, how's it going, man? A fellow Irishman. Do you think I should start Davies over Bednarek? No, I'd go for Bednarek. Leeds might get one on the counter, or they might get one against Spurs. Spurs have been fairly shocking, and Conte even come out saying he doesn't know what to do with the team. But yeah, go for Bednarek. As I was saying earlier, if you can afford Walker Peters, go for Walker Peters. If not, you've Bednarek there. You've obviously Livramento, as I was saying earlier on, but it's just that slight risk of rotation. So that's why I haven't gone near him. Connor Roberts nailed Fadzi, as I was saying earlier. He's not nailed. He started the last 6 games, but it's just the risk of having Loughton floating about there as well, or Loughton even floating about. So yeah, stay with. As I was saying, I've gone for me. If you can't afford me, if you're 0.3 short, you've Connor Roberts there, and you could easily get an attacking return if he starts the game. It's just the risk of if he starts or not. Go on, yeah, Fadzi, yeah. And then big shout out to the FPL graduates. Hope you're keeping well, lads. Definitely, if you're not sub to the grads channels, lads, or if you're on TikTok, give them a follow. They're great lads for the FPL content over on TikTok. Anyway, they're absolutely flying, and 2 sound lads as well. So give them a follow, give them a sub, lads. 2 sound men. And yeah, I hope you're keeping well, lads. We've 13 minutes to the deadline, so hopefully you have your two teams locked in as well. Next up, I've gone for Walker Peters in place of Reguilon. Yeah, that's a good shout. Reguilon is probably a rotation risk anyway. I don't think he's played the last few anyway. I'll have to, yeah, I wouldn't even, yeah, as I was saying, and then I predict Spurs to concede one, Leeds to get one as well. Yeah, yeah, so that's a good choice in Walker Peters. Jackson, what do you reckon about double city defence and Sterling on free hit? I'd go for the 2 midfielders if you can't get or over the 2 defenders, sorry, yeah, Cancelo, and then two city midfielders, Sterling and Mahrez, and then if you can't get Sterling, go for Foden there as well. Sir Intel, how's it going, man? Would you do -8 for Calvert-Lewin, Tierney, Bernardo Silva? To me, Wout and Mahrez. You're as well keep Bernardo Silva there first of all. Yeah, so you're as well just take that -8 to -4 and just do Calvert-Lewin to Weghorst, and then Tierney to me, and then at least then I'd say Silva will still play anyway. At least then you're not taking out a player that plays this week anyway. Because if you take Silva out there and bring in Mahrez has to score 4 more points than him. He could do possibly, but there's always a chance Bernardo Silva could get something as well if he starts. Pep loves Silva. Yeah. So no, I wouldn't do that. Next up, why Weghorst captain and not Bruno, Connor? Just he's got two games. He looks fairly dangerous now. He's good at keeping up the ball. He's gone up to 11.5% ownership now. Looking at that there, he was around 7 or 8% when I started this stream. So you can see how many people have logged on after 6 o'clock. But yeah, his ownership has gone up anyway. Yeah, it's just the 2 fixtures. That's why I'm starting him. I'm hoping he's on penalties. I'd be happy enough with a goal and assist over the 2 games. So an attack and return in each. Palace have looked well against Watford anyway midweek, but they conceded from a corner. So he's 6'6". Even if Ben Mee gets on the end of it, I'll be happy enough with that. But yeah, no, I've gone with him. I'm hoping he'll be on penalties as well. So that's why I've gone from over Bruno. Just the fact that then there's a guaranteed 8 points as opposed in case Bruno blanks. Yeah, good stuff. Aziz, Kane captain. No, I wouldn't. If between Kane and Son, I'd go Son captain. As I was saying earlier on, I can just see Spurs getting leads on the counter. Yeah, so that's why I've gone for them over them, or that's why I've said to go for Son over Kane. Yeah, just at least Kane's on penalties. Yeah, but as I was saying, I've seen a tweet there earlier. 5 or 6 of the last games, whoever played against Firpo, have conceded. Or Leeds have conceded, or they've got an attacking return. Yeah, so up against Son over Kane, and but as I was saying, I'd go for the Burnley pick over for the captain. Grads, no free hit for either of us this week. Very worried. Yeah, how many players have you? If you've 7 or 8 players anyway, surely you'll be alright with that anyway. But yeah, I was lucky enough. Back in December anyway, I was meant to play my free hit. I think it was game week 19, and yeah, obviously the website crashed, whatever, and because of that, then I couldn't play it. So that's why I have 2 left anyway. So yeah, hoping the 2 City boys. It would have been a monster haul that week because I had Tierney, I had Mahrez, I had De Bruyne, and they all scored. Tierney got a goal and assist. Mahrez I think got 2. De Bruyne scored as well. Yeah, so I missed out on some big points there. So hopefully now this free hit team will do well for me. Osama, do you think Roberts is a safe option? He is and he isn't. As I was saying, it goes back to the free hit. I'm just gonna have a quick look while I'm explaining there that if we get any Southampton news, I'm just gonna turn on notifications here from Unit Football. He's a good lad for the leagues anyway, so nothing at the moment, and I'm just gonna turn on notifications. We've 8 minutes to the deadline anyway. My team is locked in anyway, so I think we're all right on that. But yeah, sorry, going back to your question, Roberts, if you can only afford the 4.5 million for him, and you can't afford me, go for Roberts. But I'm just thinking, me as a safer pick, he's guaranteed minutes anyway, so at least on that then you've guaranteed points with the minutes wise. But Roberts is definitely not a bad pick either. It's just a safer pick with me. Intel, thank you sir, not a bother man. Bruno, Kane or Ronaldo, Son? I'd go Bruno. Oh, can you go? You can't fit Bruno or Son in together. No, wouldn't be mad on Ronaldo for this week. He hasn't been in great form at all. But yeah, that's a tough one, Fadzi. I'd try and get Bruno and Kane in there. Prioritise them over Kane and Ronaldo. But if you can't fit them in, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to leave that with you. But I'd go for Bruno and Son. But and then if you can't fit them in, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but they're the two I'd lean towards. Try and mess around. If you're on a free hit or not, fair enough. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at getting. Ahmed, sorry, are you not afraid of Foden's minutes? I am, yeah, but it's just I can't fit Sterling into the team without getting rid of Bruno, and I want Bruno for this week anyway. So I'm just checking. We've heard nothing on. Oh, shout out to the grads there after seeing they gave me a shout out there on Twitter. Good lads, cheers. Yeah, we're not getting any early lineups anyway. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep an eye out on Twitter, but we'll keep going through the questions then as well. I am afraid of 40 minutes, yeah, but hopefully he'll get the start anyway, because I've seen he scored twice or something in the last 4 games against Everton. So hopefully he gets the start. Grads, Josh has 10, Ben is 11. You're fine. So if you've that many, you don't need the free hit. So yeah, best of luck, lads. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure you'll do fine. Charlie, how's it going, man? Just popping in quickly to say good luck. You too, Charlie. You're going well this season now. I think I'm 40 or 50 behind you in at whatever that Bridge Bar League is, or the other kind of money league. But yeah, I know you're doing well. Or no, it's the Fantasy Kickabout is what it is. I'm fairly sure that's the league you're in. But yeah, I've a bit to catch up to you yet. But best of luck to you, man. You've my team there in front of you, so you can make your changes, whatever you need around that. Yeah. But Stefan, start Bednarek or Alanga. Sorry. Good luck with this game, by the way. You too, Stefan. I'd go. It all depends who you're playing in the fence as well. But I'm predicting Alanga that gets a start, but I'd be more confident of Bednarek getting points over Alanga, because it's always that rotation risk there as well. But I'd start Bednarek. Hope he gets his goal against Norwich. Norwich are fairly shocking at defending set pieces, so hopefully Bednarek gets one tonight anyway. Just refreshing Twitter here, nothing yet anyway. Yeah, lads, we've a good few watching us anyway. So if you're enjoying the stream, give a like, drop a like, and drop a sub to the channel as well. We're steadily growing anyway. I started this channel back in August, and yeah, it's going fairly alright now. So we'll kick at it. It's a lot of work into these kind of streams and YouTube videos every week, and posting them. But sure, look, we're enjoying it while it is at the moment. Good stuff, Charlie. Come on, you're activating the second free hit. I'm looking forward to seeing how it's lining up. I'd say it'll be fairly similar to what's going around Instagram and Twitter anyway. But yeah, best of luck, man, to this week anyway. Bruno Sun means Broja Weghorst up top. Fadzi, yeah, I'd go for that. Broja is a good choice as well. I'd go for Broja, only that I just fancy Ward Prowse this week. So that's why I've gone Ward Prowse over Broja. JL Sancho up against his former team, hoping he pulls out a haul. I didn't actually realise he played for Watford. Fair enough, but yeah, he's been in good form, as we were saying earlier on. I think he's only 4% owned, so yeah, he's not a bad shout at all for this week. Breen, I found a way to fit Sterling. Would you change Pope, Ward Prowse, Sancho to Forster, Roberts, Sterling? Yeah, you have your Southampton, you have your Burnley defender in there. So yeah, if you can get Sterling in that way, fire away with that. Yeah, I've kept Pope. I could have done Pope to Forster and upgraded Bednarak, but I'm just keeping Pope in there for his saves, and hopefully if he keeps a clean sheet, he'll be getting a bonus point. But yeah, this is how I'm justifying no Bruno. Fair enough, JL. I didn't realise he played for Watford, but fair enough. Brian, bad bench with this option, by the way. Yeah, you can see my bench there. It's not good at all. It's only Dallo, but sure, look, you don't get points for lads on your bench, so that's why I've gone for a fairly weak bench this week. That's how I always play the game. Just it's unless you're playing your bench boots, it's very vague or very very simple. But you only get points for the 11 players playing. But yeah, that's why I've gone for a weak bench. And if Foden doesn't play, he's the only real Mahrez as well. But I'm predicting if they don't start, they'll surely come on. So Dallas there first reserve if Foden or Mahrez don't play. That's only really the one defensive worry or rotation worry this week. Charlie, free hit teams seem very template this week. It'll be the small differentials that could be a big difference this week. Exactly. I think Ward Prowse is just my big differential this week. Not even big. He's 8.6, and then Bednarak is 2.1. So if Bednarak gets a bullet header, if Ward Prowse gets a penalty or gets a free kick, we'll be happy out with that. That's really my only differential. We checked earlier, Weghorst was 8% ownership when we logged on. He's 11.5 now. He's probably gone up as well once I refresh the page. Yeah, there he's gone up to 12% now. So a lot of late changes going. At least make sure you have the team locked in, lads. We've 2 minutes to the deadline. I think I'm happy enough with that anyway. But just gonna refresh Twitter quick in the hope we get anything or any. No, we don't. No lineup news anyway. Yeah, so good stuff. Have the same except Sterling over Foden and Broja over James Ward-Prowse. Fair enough. Yeah, as we were saying, yeah, it's extremely template, but that's the way to go. Make sure I've hit confirmed. Yeah, the team is locked in anyway. Yeah, so we've a minute to the deadline anyway, lads. If you've any last questions, send them in. We're on 14 likes on the stream. If we can maybe get it up to 15, that'd be happy days. Or even if we get a push to 20, that'd be perfect. But yeah, have the same except Sterling over Foden. Oh yeah, I read that, sorry. And then Charlie's he's got Sancho, KDB and Broja, where you have Foden, Bruno and Ward-Prowse. Yeah, that's actually lovely having KDB in there. I just couldn't fit him in. I wanted Bruno, and that's why I've gone for Bruno over KDB, and then Broja over James Ward-Prowse. As I was saying, it's just a good feeling. I think Ward-Prowse will do well tonight. Yeah, but Broja is definitely a very solid pick. Yeah, so I'm just refreshing my phone. Team is locked in. Weghorst it's on the screen there as well. Weghorst captain, and yeah, we've just hit 6:30. So I'm just gonna refresh this. Good. All I can say was good job. I wasn't streaming since Stephen's Day. I know my brother's watching. He sent me a text. Good job. I wasn't streaming since Stephen's Day when the site collapsed or when the site crashed. Yeah, we won't get into too much. I'd made 2 YouTube videos, a thread on Twitter, and then I'd team locked in for for whatever time the deadline, I think it was at 1:30 or whatever. I clicked confirm at 1:25, and then the site ended up crashing. Yeah, so bit of a pain that, but yeah, lads. If any other questions, be it or he's after sending me a few laughy faces. My brother there, he's watching away. But yeah, any other questions, lads? I suppose the deadline's over. But if you want, even comment who your captain. I'm assuming everyone's gone Veghorst anyway. Or most are gone Veghorst. But yeah, even if we're on 18 likes, if we've still a good lot watching. But we'll try to get to 20 likes before we head off. And we'll see how we get on. Yeah, but even if you're on Twitter, lads, if you're on Instagram, I won't do too much messing. But that's my Twitter page there. I do. We're nearly at 9k on Twitter, so we're gradually growing, whatever. But I do weekly trades on Twitter, weekly Instagram lives as well. We didn't get to do one this week on Instagram. I need to make sure I do next one just to keep that ticking along as well. But yeah, Twitter and Instagram, lads. FPL area. Just a few more messages in the chat before we log off. We're gonna try and make the head off and then make the dinner. Hopefully, I'm refreshing here. We haven't got any team news yet. No. And then Thomas, wish I could have stretched to Ward Prowse over Bednarek, but neither likely to get an attacking return. So hopefully we get a clean sheet. Exactly. That's all we need. Once we get the 6 points, we'll be happy enough with that. And James Ward-Prowse on a Friday night just feels good. Definitely JL. Hopefully he gets a free kick, even a set piece assist. But yeah, that'd be lovely stuff. FPL grads, go on the grads even. Best of luck this week, lads. You're flying as well this season. As I was saying earlier, lads, if you're not following, if you're not sub to the grads, go over and give them a follow. And then Charlie Goodman, he's gone for Veghorst as well. But yeah, lads, deadline's passed. No Twitter, no lineups as of yet on Twitter. I'd say we have to wait another 15 minutes before we get the lineups. But as long as Bednarek starts, as long as Ward-Prowse starts, we'll be happy out of it. And then you'll see there that my team is gone there as well. Yeah. So I think we'll just leave it there, lads. So thanks a million to whoever was watching it. Got through a lot there, so a lot of free hits in the chat as well. So hopefully we'll be coming back then ahead of next week's deadline, and we'll all be celebrating a free hit haul. But yeah, we've a big week next week. What is it? Game week 27 this week. Game week 28. Very much potentially could be wildcarding next week, so that could be another video, another stream detailing the wildcard. But Jackson O'Mahony, I don't know, is he acting the mick now? But he's after saying Broya is benched. But haven't seen anything on Twitter as of yet, so I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, but no, we've the wild card coming up next week. Potentially wild card, haven't decided on it yet. So we'll have a lot to discuss next week as well ahead of the other doubles. And yeah, we'll leave it there. So lads, best of luck for game week 27, and hopefully the free hits all go well. And if you're not on free hit, hopefully that goes well for you too. But cheers for watching, lads. Enjoy the weekend.